We brought you live coverage of the governor's State of the State address last night.
During the speech, Governor Snyder said that he wanted to set the record straight about school funding, a statement that drew criticism almost as soon as he said it.
This is a topic that has a lot of misinformation out there on it, so I'm here tonight to set the record straight. I firmly believe in investing in K-12 education, and I'm proud to say in the last 3 years, we've increased educational spending at the state level for K-12 each and every year to the point where we've invested $660 more per student than there was previously before I took office.
They have stabilized the pension, so we have not had to increase the amount of money we've had to pay in the pensions, but no additional dollars have reached the classrooms since he has been governor.
Those sound like direct contradictions, so who's right?
24-hour News 8's Danny Carlson is here right now to show us the numbers and explain what this all means. Danny.
Well, it might not be a satisfying answer, but both sides are a little bit right and a little bit wrong. It really just depends on how you look at it. Now, if you look at per pupil funding amounts, we're looking at the minimum amount determined by the state each year that each school district gets per student. We chose 2005, 2010, and 2014. Now, you can see behind me, the minimum per pupil allowance went from $6,700 per student in 2005 to $7,316 in 2010 to this year, a minimum of $7,026. Now, let's take a look at the total amount of money put towards education. We're talking about throughout the state of Michigan. Same years, 2005, $12,467,000,000 to $12,737 million, in 2010 to this year, $13,367,000,000. So the total amount of education money statewide has gone up, but the specific per pupil allowance has gone down. Now, you heard the governor stated last night that a lot of the money has been put into K-12 funding. That has been put towards things like employee pensions. And if it hadn't gone there, more money might have actually just been taken out of the classroom.
Okay, Danny, what about the governor's claim that there's $660 more per student here in Michigan?
Yeah, that's a good point, and it's a question that we had wanted to look into today. Now, according to the state budget office, talked with them today, the governor took the total amount of education money, divided it by all the students in the state of Michigan, and took that number from 2011 and compared the difference in that number in 2014. Now, the thing that you have to think of, $660 per student. That's what the governor said. Now, that's a combination of about $800 million more dollars in education, but you also have to keep in mind we have about 40,000 fewer students in Michigan in 2014 than we did in 2011.
It's creative, bottom line.
I mean, it's true. You know, if you do the math that way and you subtract it, but there are some things that you have to keep in mind because we're not exactly comparing apples to apples. So just
there are other factors.
Right.
It's a little more nuanced than that.
And you're going to want to take a look. If you really want to know, you're going to have to do some research to, find out what it means for you, your school district, your child.
Danny Carlson, thanks for breaking that down.
Thank you, Danny. If you missed anything from the State of the State, we have you covered at woodtv.com. You can watch political reporter Rick Albin's exclusive one-on-one interview with the governor and see reaction to his speech from your lawmakers.